Central C, Wagwan, let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It, Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We got a pretty good episode for you today. I did forget that Central C also dropped a new project. Also, it is like a fucking dust bowl out here. You know, it's like day 4 as of recording podcast episodes out here. And the wind has remained, in fact, the same. In fact, even fucking worse. So, that's beautiful. And by the way, if I do sound a little injured, you know, if I sound a little out of it, is because I kind of am. You know, lost a lot of blood, got my fingers sliced open, you know, having a glorious goddamn day. And I thought to finish off this glorious goddamn day, I better talk about Central C's new song, Wagwan. Let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Starting off with the beat. This is kind of that chill R&B / drill type beat, which I do like. You know, I love R&B sounds. Also pair with a nice kind of chill drill beat. I like the drums. I like the 808s. I like the bass. Basically, all the elements, in my opinion, are pretty good. So, nothing to really complain about. But I will be honest with you, I wish there was maybe a switch up, and drill beats just sound the exact same no matter what. I mean, no matter how many different melody loops you put on there, you know, no matter how many ad-libs you put on there, honestly, no matter how many, like, 808s you put on your fucking drill beat, it's still gonna sound like a basic-ass fucking drill beat, and that's just kind of how I feel about the whole entire genre of UK drill and also US drill. I think these two genres are some of the most generic in the rap category. I think if you listen to this music, like, it's fine every once in a while, but if this is the only music you consume, holy shit, I would be fucking killing myself, because the beats never really switch up. And for some reason with drill beats, you have to follow the flow pattern. You know, you can't go too crazy. You know, you can't add too many flow switches on your fucking drill beat where you're going to have a bad time with it. It's not going to sound right. It's not going to sound fucking good. So, that's definitely something to consider too. And I will be honest with you. You know, Central C's hook is pretty basic here. You know, I do like the flow, but it's the same flow I swear all of his hooks have. I just think he needs to switch it up with the hook. You know, maybe add some more ad-libs. Maybe do some Playboy Cardi shit. You know, put a voice filter on. Do what you gotta do to make a decent hook. Because I feel like Central C's hook game is just very fucking lacking in my opinion. And I really try to give his music a chance. You know, I really try to throw that UK shit out the window when I'm listening to his music. Because, you know, I just want to take it for what it is. But it is a little hard when it is just kind of the same fucking shit. So, maybe some switch-ups on the hook. You know, something drastic. Something that just makes the song scream new. Because oftentimes I listen to Central C's hooks and I'm just like, man, you know, the beat's fine. The verses are fine. But it's always that one element of his songs where it's like the hook is so not strong at all. The hook is just so fucking basic. The flow on the hook is so fucking basic. And it just screams fucking basic, and I wish it was just a little bit more better than that, in my opinion. You know, maybe add a vocal switch up, you know, maybe add a flow switch that's a little different than the same copy and paste style hook that I swear Central C does on every single one of his goddamn songs. So that's my only problem, is the hook, in my opinion. But the verses are pretty fucking strong. You know, I like the flow. I do like the little flow switches that he is able to pull off. You know, Central C is the only one, in my opinion, that does have flow switches in the drill music, which is pretty cool. But I feel like, too, you know, there's another drill rapper that I think that's going to do a lot better in this lane is East Kid. That guy can, like, add, like, melodic vocals. And I think that's something Central C lacks, you know. At least when Drake can do this type of rapping, and he can also do melodic stuff too. So when there is switch-ups, when there is a decent, entertaining hook, you can always count on having some decent melodic vocals to back these artists up. And East Kid has that same cool voice, which I think he's going to do so much better in the future of the rap, you know, the rap game and all that type of stuff. Central C, in my opinion, keeps going down every year because he's not really doing anything that's really switching it up. He's just kind of, you know, keeping the same basic elements. And the only thing that really made him stand out is when he did that Central C and East to Kid feature, because East to Kid added something that Central C could never add to his own fucking music. So overall, when we talk about Central C Wagwan, this beat is pretty good. I do like the sound of it, and flow-wise on the verses and the verses overall, pretty good. Typical standard Central C rap verses, nothing too crazy, but that hook does need a little bit more work in my opinion. And I wish there was just a little bit more switch-ups on there. So overall, I will easily give this song a 6 out of 10. 6 out of 10. What'd y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And thank you so much for listening to this podcast episode. It means the world to me. I do want to add all the numbers up so far with Season 12. I think we've done we're about to hit episode 50. So I think once we get to episode 50, I'm going to, add up all the numbers. But thank y'all so much for supporting the show. We got more content coming on the way, and I'll see you later. You have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.